Hey everyone, Shaedow here, and welcome to another Marvel Contest of Champions video. So we're going to be going back into Mystery in the Micro Realms. This is the second variant difficulty that has dropped, and you can see the team that I went in here with, and I'm going to talk about that team in a moment. But first up, we've got to deal with this Mephisto. Now, all throughout variant difficulty, you're going to have to deal with global buffs. And there are three in particular that I want to talk about. Now, you see that I went ahead and used a boost. I just wanted to make things go a little bit quicker. I didn't use boosts in my previous paths that I went through, but I decided to go ahead and do this. This is still my initial clear. And Mephisto, he is pretty easy to take down with Blade normally. But here are the global buffs that are going to make this a little bit more of a challenge. Micro Reflect, Particle Protector, and Size Matters. So, Particle Protector, everyone is going to have an 85% chance to glance your attacks. So that's a really high chance. Now, Micro Reflect means that when you do glance or get a glancing attack, you're going to take damage back. Not a good time. Then comes in Size Matters. So what Size Matters does is there are certain attacks that will not be glanced. So if you come in here with a small champion, they can throw heavy attacks. Heavy attacks will not be glanced. A medium-sized champion will be able to throw those same heavy attacks, but they can also intercept. So medium champions, heavy attacks and intercepts cannot be glanced. Then you have large champions. They can throw heavy attacks, they can intercept, and they can use specials. So for large champions, heavy attacks, intercepts, and specials cannot be glanced. And finally, extra large champions, none of their attacks can be glanced. So if you have extra large champions ranked up in your roster, you may want to consider bringing them. But even if you don't, as you can see I don't, you can still make do with the smaller size champions if you just remember those global buffs, and that means you're going to have to fight a little bit differently. Alright, so as you can see here, I used Blade to parry and bleed that Mephisto down. So that is a good strategy. There are others. I could have used a number of different champions. As long as they have strong, heavy attacks, they can work. Now, this fight here was a royal pain. Mainly because I don't know how to fight Sinister all that well at this time. I was not very familiar with his abilities. I had only fought him in the monthly event where he entered the contest. But other than that, I have not really fought him. And I did not come in here with the proper counters. Now, when I fully explored this particular quest, I brought Archangel. My Archangel did extremely well against this Sinister. Those neurotoxins shut the nodes down, shut his healing ability down, and it was a good time. But for this initial encounter, it was rough. It was a really rough fight. Now, I said I was going to talk a little bit about my team. That is tied to the path that I decided to take, which is the Aspect of Chaos. Now, Aspect of Chaos, your health bars are going to switch. Normally, that is not a fun fight. You can play around it, but it's not fun. And it's not normally the easy path that I would take. But, as you will see, there is a way to deal with that. It's a little bit of a cheese method, but it works quite well. So you'll notice that I have Heimdall on the team. I also brought in Hella and Angela. Those three have a nice synergy that helps a lot with that aspect of chaos. You'll also notice that I brought in my Corvus. So here is what you're going to see during the aspect of chaos path once we get done with this Sinister. And I'm going to go ahead and speed the rest of this fight up and the other fights as well. We did eventually get him down, but it was a pretty long, drawn-out fight. Not fun. I basically messed up a evade on his special one. The blade went down. I brought in Angela, and of course Angela doesn't have a very strong heavy. So as you see, I fired off her special 3, just trying to do as much damage as possible. Eventually, she went down as well. Then I just brought in Hella. These are just champions that I brought in mainly for their synergy. But I just wanted to get this Sinister down. I wasn't planning to use Hella or Angela anywhere else anyway. So eventually we managed to get him down. So now we're going to go on that aspect of chaos path. So here's the basic strategy. You start off and you allow yourself to get hit a lot. Doesn't even matter if you go down. So watch what I do here. See, I'm just letting myself get hit. All right, not even attacking. Let it get all the way down there. All right, and switch. Now I go for the attack. Boom. And it's done. It's just that easy. So let me explain why this works. So Heimdall gives you a cheat death. So when you are about to die, he steps in and you don't die. Corvus, when he's awakened, also has a cheat death. He cannot die when he has glaive charges up. Then you have Angela and Hella. They have a synergy. You can look it up, but you can dash back, hold block, and you'll get a fury, so you'll do more damage. Also, there's a synergy. I forget which ones have the synergy, but there's also a synergy that when you do take that fatal blow, instead of dying, you'll survive and you'll get a heal so that you're not at death's door. And that's very important because I'm running suicides. It doesn't do me any good if I come back at 1% health and then my suicides kill me. All right, so that is the basic strategy here. All right, so you're gonna see me do that over and over again. You see how much health I have here? So now I want to be a little bit careful because I don't want to die too quickly because I'll use up my cheat deaths. All right, so watch this here. Switch. Now I want to attack, but you guys know how Nightcrawler is, and so mess that up. He just kept evading. The AI in Variant is already crazy passive. All right, so there you go. I got another cheat death, but it's not helping me any because I can't hit him. Finally, I hit him. But Corvus, as I told you, can't die while he has glaive charges. So all of that contributed to how I survived that fight. I have multiple cheat deaths. That is why I chose the team that I chose. All right? So next up, we're going to be fighting against Punisher. Now, Punisher is a little bit of a tricky fight because he also has a cheat death. All right, so I'm waiting here. There, we got the switch, and that should have taken him out, but he has the cheat death. So now I've got to play a little bit, safe here. Back off, wait till the bars switch again. Here we go. And he was blocking. All right, so now I'm like, wow. All right, so I've got that. He's just hammering away, and I'm about to lose my glaive charges, and down I go. because as soon as my glaive charges were out, I had no more health, and I went down. So with Punisher, it's a little bit trickier to pull off that strategy. I could have still done it, but I would have had to play a little bit more defensively and a little safer. All right, so here we go. We both have low health, but I'm pretty sure that I can get him down here. All right, so you can see I'm not even letting him attack me. All right, we're just playing it because I have a plan. All right, remember that he can't die, and he also has a cheat death. All right, so I'm just playing it. I got 1% health here. So I'm like, okay, I only got 3 glaive charges. And look at that. Went down again. So I messed up. I should not have attacked him as I was doing, using up my glaive charges. He further reduced my glaive charges by his special. Even though I didn't get hit by the special, it still takes my glaive charges instead of killing me. So I just ran out of glaive charges. Played that one all wrong. But I do have a plan. And you'll see for the next fight, it'll be a little bit better. So yeah, Punisher, I had to learn this initial fight, how to deal with him on this aspect of chaos. All right, so he's already got his cheat death active. So now I just need to back off and then attack him, but now he's got my health bar. Now I can do it. And the reason that I keep trying to do the heavies is, again, because of the global nodes. That's what was kind of messing up my normal way of fighting this. Because if I were to just attack him, I would die because of the micro reflect, and it would have, you know, reflected the damage back to me. All right, so now I'm going in here with 12% health. So we're back on track. So I'm just basically playing around, waiting for those bars to switch. All right, they're about to switch. Boom. Fire off my heavy. And what do you know? I have healed considerably. Love that little tactic. All right, but I did have to use a few revives, mainly because I messed up and did not play Punisher the way I should have. But it's all good. Didn't mind. We're already here at the final boss. And just like the other bosses, it's a yellow jacket. So you need to fight this yellow jacket the same way you fought the other ones. You need to distance out his special one. And you saw the limber node. Now, I personally hate limber because I have to often switch up my style in the middle. I can parry him in the beginning, then I can't parry him, so I have to change up my style, or just fight as if I can't parry him from the beginning. But I normally don't do that and end up having some trouble trying to deal with a change of my fighting style in the middle, which I don't do very well. All right, so you saw I was able to evade that special one, but Corvus is not the best for this because you're going to have to fire off heavy attacks. And he's doing great damage, but he's going to run out of glaive charges before this boss is dead. And once he's finished, his glaive charges is over, that's it. There's nothing else. See, here we go. Now I have no glaive charges, so I can play around and try to wait for my glaive charges to come back, but that's going to be a pretty long time. And you see how this AI is just walking on me, not attacking? All right, so I'm just here trying to delay things. That's all I'm trying to do at this point. I hate long fights, but if I can last long enough for Corvus's glaive charges to return, I can do more damage. I may still not be able to take him out before my glaive charges are over, but I can at least do more damage and therefore potentially use fewer resources. All right, so here we go. I got my glaive charges again, and you know what I want to do. Fire up that special too. Look at that damage. All right, but I can't just punish his heavies because, again, I am not an extra large champion, and I can't just do my heavies because of limber. I've used those up. So right now, it's a bad day for Mr. Corvus. But I did get some good damage in, and you can see here I've basically run out. And so trying to get some heavies in here is just not a good time. All right, so I got lucky there. I got very lucky, and he actually blocked, and I was able to get a heavy in, used up my glaive charges, and went down. All right, so that was actually a really good attempt by Corvus. And really, that's all I had for this. Now, when I came back through for exploration, I did not go in with Corvus because I wasn't doing the aspect of Chaos Path. So I went in with a different team. I used Archangel for the most part against these guys. And as you will find out a little bit later, I eventually ranked up my Red Hulk to rank 4. And he did good work against the final boss. All right, and I also ranked up my 4-star Venom. Venom for the final quest was a beast, even as a 4-star. So if you have Venom, if you have Red Hulk, I recommend you bring them in. And one of the things that I did not mention in my previous videos is that you need to look at the global nodes. I mentioned only 3 that I felt were the most important, but there is another one that gives certain extra large champions special advantages. So you want to look at that, and if you have those champions, you want to bring those champions in. So like for the last quest, Venom gets a major boost. He gets double, any of his debuffs are doubled. So he just wrecks. And by this time on my channel, you should have seen, or if you haven't seen it, take a look on my channel and you'll see Venom wrecking that final boss. All right, so we're coming to the end here and we're about to finish this guy off. We basically brute forced it with Corvus, which is certainly possible, but you're going to use resources. I had a bunch of revives. I had something like 11 revives in my overflow, so I didn't mind. All right, so that's going to do it. Hopefully this helps you guys out. Let me know in the comments below. If you have any questions, click like, subscribe, leave that comment. Let me know what you thought about this video. And you guys have a blessed day.